You see, I just call out of those that have transformed, that have actually answered the beck and call. What triggers the spiritual awakening, the divine intervention and the callings, the sounding trumpets. When you're called to do something, or when your attention is called and averted towards something greater than yourself, and you follow that command, you are more engaged in your transformation process. Follow through. And you see the poppies on each side. Oh, California. Golden poppies.
While poppies make an appearance in The Wizard of Oz, inferring overwhelming sleep casted upon those who walk the golden path, it also has magic properties: prosperity, rebirth, and overcoming grief.
The state flower, yes? That growth expressed, that abundance within your matrix. That's the lay of the land. We're not trying to move forward and trip ourselves up. We can tread slowly and we can take our time moseying along with flowers. It's scenic, isn't it? Okay, let's read here. Oh gosh, don't do it. 7 of Wands. Yes. Take a stand. Defend what you believe in. The world is full of strife and stiff competition, and one must have courage in facing the difficulties that come. So, that is that. Competition, but you have a standing chance. And 6 of Wands is victory and triumph. See? Beware falling prey to hubris and lassitude. I don't know what that means. What's hubris and lassitude? That contested victory may bring. And do not become lost in self-importance. Yeah, it doesn't automatically mean that you won the war. Right? Time will only tell. Bottom of the deck. Oh wait, what was the Judgment? We wanted to look at Judgment. Judgment. My readings are getting longer. That's okay. Release and renewal. Absolution. The freshness of a new dawn. A new start. Making a judgment. Though it may be harsh and difficult to face, the necessity of hard choices. Face down those decisions. Recognize the need and forgive. So we need a softer touch to life in all of our relationships, yes? We need to do what's right. We need to stand our ground, hold integrity.
Because when we approach truth, whether we search for or share it, it must be done so responsibly, free from burden or vengeance, knowing naturally judgment itself is a burden.
And still remain compassionate, yes?
Which means having an open mind to the higher truth, because the truth is always expanding and grows with its local resources.
Yes. Remember that those who are seeking the truth are bound to eventually find it. So if somebody's trying to trick you, oh my gosh. By the way, on this spiritual journey, I've come across so many basically con artists in the field. Or whether or not in the field, but mostly in the field, yes? What was I saying to that? Why did I even bring that part up?
Be most discerning of your sources. Do they enable your demise or facilitate your growth? Do they help you resolve discrepancies and misunderstandings, or simply identify them? Are they validating the value of your lessons, or keeping you in limbo, magnifying a difference of opinion? These are some important checkpoints to discern if a source intends to bring you to your highest good or leaves you with a sense of temporary elevation and comfort. Because honestly, the truth is uncomfortable.
What was the bottom of the deck? Oh, we didn't look at the bottom of the deck yet. It was just talking about judgment. Let's become too overconfident. Why did I even get to that part? Okay, did I do the bottom? Oh my gosh. Sheesh. I don't think we did the bottom of the deck. That's weird. Okay. Let's go ahead and do the bottom of the deck. 5 of Cups. that sadness over what has fallen over.
Likely the reason we need to remember the pitfalls of hubris or overconfidence and lassitude or laziness, because indulgence in both energies results in con artist behaviors. The benefit of the Five of Cups energy is the opportunity to grieve our losses appropriate to the attention they deserve, to seek closure within the cycle of pain.
Okay, regret and loss. It is a rejection of pleasure, feeling sorrow, and wishing for what might have been. Is it just the past energy?
Just like the tarot cards, sometimes we have to make difficult decisions, make necessary judgments, and call time on parts of our lives that expired. In more practical terms, it's spring cleaning and feng shui of internal alchemy. It allows for fresh energy flow, freeing up our energy centers like dusting off the fans of our CPU or chakras.
You have to let go to leave what didn't work behind, but you're meant to encounter these rigidities in order to stop you, trip you up a little bit, and help you notice what's around you, and maybe hopefully notice yourself, right? Yourself in the matter. Maybe you need more healing and more growth, or your partner, the person on the other end of your relationship. Could be work related, could be whatever related. This is not all dependent on romance, but I feel like it has something to do with that. A very passionate interest, right? So that could be business related if you're in a partnership or attempting to start one up. Grieving what could have been. It could be, oh my gosh, if you look at this, it could be, I'm thinking about the possibilities of like, why couldn't it be? I don't understand. Came back, he had pentacles or whatever it may be. It took too long. You see how it's day and then now it's like night?
Or simply that it just takes time, and no party can sit and be expected to put their life on hold. There are so many figures that play in, even if you choose to stay independent.
The differences? She's playing a violin, for goodness sakes. That should say something. The lead up to this point, what could have been? This is the truth of it. He's coming with heart, right? And she's fixated on, forming her identity, or still implications of wanting companionship or partnership in many degrees. And then he comes in thinking he's saving the day, or he took too long. He took too long with his own personal issues. Whether that even be a seed implanted that magnified itself from society of the feeling of lack. Needing to be ready before you actually feel ready, like kind of prepare for that. Life is not meant to be controlled and manipulated. Miracles don't happen that way. Breakthroughs happen when you're so fixed on being in a moment that you forget about the grasping for the outcome. And then here's blue, the growing due to truth. You see the background landscape? Nautilus shell almost, the winding out. Growth within the truth of feeling, of loss and grief of what could have been. Yeah, her angels are supporting her in it. Okay, so that's important to know. No, that's okay, alright? That's okay. Let's look at the daily guidance from our angels, okay? That one was a hopper. Daydream. This is what I got last time, a couple months ago when I last touched these cards. I saw 11010. Alright, daydream. You will more easily hear and receive our messages if you daydream regularly. Relax and open your mind to receiving without directing your thoughts. Just notice any feelings, visions, or ideas as if you were watching a movie. This is the seat of creativity.
Similar to self-scrying, it's quieting the mind and environment in order to discern true self, the seeds of intention, and a rolling inventory of what makes you tick. This receptivity is in link with the divine feminine in all.
Okay, what about for a divine masculine? I was saying about astral projection and the relation to expanding creativity, the bounds of thought and possibilities will allow for more answers to come through. Further observation from a different plane of existence. So maybe that's something I should focus on. Okay, that was one. Energy work. Oh my gosh, this is I'm telling you, this is what I got last time in my personal like secret read while closing out a public read when I last touched these cards. In fact, I think I was using these cards last during that time when I was talking about the suggestion on switching gears with the ebbs and flows and that reading, the rigidity, the rugged, like I pictured it. Oh my gosh, it's so weird. I wish I took a picture of it too. I was like, no, it's pretty basic or whatever. Because I usually hold them on the bottom or like separate when I rebox the cards. If I'm kind of like moving fast in life and don't have much time to really devote integration of these answers into my day-to-day routine, I'm like, oh, I'll get to it later, right? So this is one of those moments, but then I didn't take a snapshot of it because I'm like, yeah, I did the same thing. And now this, I wish I did, because now this is coming up again. This is the second card. These are two of the only two cards that I picked last time. 1, 12, 12. Okay. Energy work. This is for the divine masculine, okay? Because I asked for it, right? Okay. Life can be electrifying because its very essence is energy. Your body is a remarkable energy field that will positively respond to loving treatments. Your hands and heart are activated to give healing energy to your loved ones and clients. Oh, hey, maybe because like my last couple of readings were talking about also like there were certain references to the Animus and the Anima within our masculine and feminine selves, whichever one you may be, right? So I think it's reappearing again, and we are, was it August 27th, 2020? It is a Thursday for sure. And is it Virgo season? It's Virgo season, yes. But then I think the last moon was in Pisces, or is that coming? Anyway, I feel like because the Animus and the Anima, we're thinking about the male, so we're bringing out the feminine side within a man, right? The nurturing, the caring,
which also means implementing self-care.
A big part of nurturing is being able to touch someone. And this is not just metaphorically speaking, this is also in a literal sense. That touch is what creates a bond, that cements a bond, with mother and child at the very core. And understanding that, males are not called in society to be touchy-feely. In fact, it's so negatively aspected in concepts of what males should be, machismo, the physical aspect, that is frowned upon, yes? That one aspect of male is so commercialized in the whole sex sells category that it automatically negates the approach, the perspective that it's okay for males to show a physical form of love. It casts fear and doubt. It's something that we should be aware of, and how society really plays a huge role in everything that we do, in our thought patterns and in our life patterns, and how it can restrict us or provoke us. So anyway, there is truth to this. I'm not saying that it doesn't mean that no means no. This is a completely different aspect that if you were to hold it in a woman's standard, then there's a double standard somewhere along those lines between masculine and feminine societal approvals. So again, life can be electrifying because its very essence is energy. Your body is a remarkable energy field that will positively respond to loving treatments. That also includes self-care. Your hands and heart are activated to give healing energy to your loved ones and clients. So it's like, it's okay to hug. It's okay to show your feminine, nurturing qualities within. That you need to attain balance within. And the only way to really do that is engage in it.
Building positive patterns in our lives and each other's.
Ideally, have it become a normality. Yes, I think we would all become more self-sufficient that way, less dependent on another being to make us whole, to balance out from the external, the masculine and feminine qualities. The process of loving relationship would unfold in a less hindered, less obstructed format if we were to create balance from within. Okay. That is so weird. Okay, anything else, Spirit? I feel like there should be another card here that draws us in together. I was going to pick the bottom of the deck, but I felt like that was, okay, we'll get that one on the top. It's Cupid. Okay. We send great waves of love into your heart and mind, awakening your love for life itself. Your clear decision to accept and enjoy romance has triggered this reawakening. Allow yourself to spontaneously celebrate love in all of its glorious aspects. Okay, all of its aspects. So maybe, I think all of us have been burnt to a crisp sometimes, to a char, when it comes to love, in several forms, from childhood to adolescence to adulthood to retirement. We've all experienced different forms of love and the bridges being burnt. Yes, so it has really calloused us, and sometimes we don't rebuild those bridges. Yeah, and just like kind of forget about them. Just think about it like if you're on this island, this plateau of an island, like a good percentage of your bridges have been burnt. Once all of them are exhausted, you're really left all alone, right? And so maybe we need to start thinking about preserving those bridges, right? Preventative care, thinking about how to honor yourself in the aspect of love and nourishing self and identity. They say that identity doesn't really, like ego, all of that doesn't really exist, that we're all one, but just understanding self, your individual highlights and shadows, to better self-manage and better value yourself in order to value another person as equal before we step out onto those bridges. Okay, I think that's a great view. Okay, the bottom of the deck for this is cleanse and detoxify. We gotta do that. Okay, with great love and respect, we ask you to detoxify your precious and sensitive body. At your request, we'll help you develop life-affirming ways to deal with stress, as well as ease any sorrow at shedding your old ways. Give your cares, worries, and concerns to us, and feel the beautiful grace of your newly purified body. I like that. The colors presented in this are fall, even though it's spring season. Looking at, the abundance of flowers and what type they are. I've grown those flowers before, so I know. The feeling of spring and fall, the very natural, organic ways of how life unfolds and the purpose in it. Okay, cleanse and detoxify, yes. So what can we do right now? We'll go ahead and thank you, angels, spirit, our ancestors as well. And I think that was really a voice from our ancestors backing that, because our ancestors really depended on the cyclical nature of the seasons in order to progress their ways, to become one with the land and the mountains, to be able to understand the rigidity and work with them as milestones or indicators of when to stop and smell the roses, the flowers. Notice them along the way, along path, if it be on a horizontal plane. And so I think that was all from there. So, okay, let's go ahead and thank our ancestors. Thank you, ancestors, spirit guides. Thank you for sending us a more cohesive message relative to the relationships that we have, encompassing ourselves, a reiteration of ourselves and our conflicts, and how to really progress self and that of the path of others as a byproduct. Yes. What does it say here? Yes, we release all our worries, our concerns, our anxieties and sorrows. We release and surrender these negative vibrations, these harmful frequencies within us to you, to call upon your assistance in helping launch us forward. Yes, to truly apply these pieces of knowledge as takeaway, not just takeaway, but as a new script, as we re-script our lives with this wisdom. Yes. Okay. Thank you very much. Yeah. Hopefully you're liking this message and that you have some general pieces of takeaway for yourself to help progress you on your path. Because that's really what's important. That's the most important thing. Because we're not in this alone. And any kind of support that we can get and give to each other, it makes it that much more invigorating, that much more supportive, and enabling is the answer, is the word that I want to use. Much more enabling to progress us forward, to help us learn the lessons that we need to learn so that karmic lessons aren't constantly lingering within years of our worth, of our life. Okay, well, thanks for joining me. Hopefully I'll see you again. Have a good night. Have a good morning. It is now, what time is it? 7:31, and all is well. All right, thanks. Bye.